Okay guys, so I was recently asked by a commenter to show some other FPS games that I might play or might have played before. I presume that you guys are getting a little bored of Blackshot all the time, which is fine. This is Blacklight Retribution. It is another free-to-play game. It is actually published by Perfect World Entertainment, and it's pretty good, to be honest with you. As you can see, it's pretty impressive. The visuals are very nice. If you have a reasonably good PC, it runs okay. I don't actually particularly like to run this game at the highest settings because some of the effects and things can actually deter from obviously killing people, which is the main thing. But I'll go through a little introduction with you for any of you guys who've never even heard of the game before. And I will show you some of the stuff that I have after probably playing quite a long time. Now they have Zen, which is their premium currency. You can pretty much buy almost anything with Zen. And it will open a window whenever it decides to. And you can buy your Zen. Mine's in pounds, of course, because I'm in the UK, but for you guys it will be whatever you want. And then they have the GP, which is the in-game currency that you earn. With this you can pretty much buy a lot of the stuff as well, to be honest with you. It's a very good model. Now if you go into customization, there are a lot of different things. As you can see, this is my character that I have now. I will explain some of these things a bit later so you can understand. Okay, they have the usual stuff, like they have boosts if you're going to be leveling up and things, but for me, I'm not really too bothered. Then they have packs. Now these are quite interesting. They're a little similar to how some of these packs are a little similar to how Blackshot works with bundles, with the premium bundles, but also they do have packs which you can buy for GP, which gives you a chance of getting certain items. As you can see, I'll give you this one for example. You'll buy this and there's a chance of getting any of these items. So yeah, it's reasonably good. Just for 300 GP. So you see. I'll just use one just to show you. So I got a data node, and I will go over the data nodes very soon for you. Let's go on to profile. Okay, so inside profile you will have, as you would expect, you'll have all the things that you've unlocked. I've unlocked quite a lot of stuff. There are some things that, I can still unlock, of course. Okay, titles and an emblem. Titles are things that you earn over time. I've got prize fighter at the moment, but as you can see, there's a lot of things. Emblems. Now this is your little crest that you will wear, and that everyone will see, as you can see up here too. And I've got this one personally. Again, there's a lot of crests that you can choose from. You can do a lot of customization with these crests. I don't really want to bore you by sitting here, but you can make your own crest how you would like, as they call them, emblems here. Emotes. Now emotes are pretty funny. There are the taunts that you can use when you kill people. So I've got quite a lot of them. The ones that I have, some of them are inactive, as you can see. Some of them are inactive. You can preview them. So as you can see, sorry, as you can see here, when you're killing people you can use these all the time, and it's pretty funny. So yeah, shush. Okay. Announcers, you can buy announcers, so when you're killing and things like that, you'll get certain announcers.
Eliminate all hostile agents.
As you can see. And then voice is a similar thing. Now nodes is an interesting thing. For nodes you have you build nodes up and they're like little boosts. And the way that nodes work are to put it simply, you can take a node and you can equip it to yourself in your node sockets. As you can see, I've got nothing equipped because I haven't played this game in quite a long time. But if I click on one of these here, you can equip nodes, and they'll give you different boosts, as you can see, slight ammo damage boosts, and HRV, which I will go into very soon, CP boosts, things like this. CP is the currency that you earn inside the matches, which actually lets you spawn / equip certain items, and I will go over that too. They go in different, as you can see, they go in different rarities. You get your common, uncommon, rare, and epic. And legendary, I've got one legendary at the moment, which I was just going to build up. Now the neat thing about these is you can equip them, as you can see here. But the neat thing is you can also fuse them together. So if you put two nodes in here, you have a chance. If you let me get two, for example, let's just use this, and then let's put another common rank one. Chance of success is 55%. Now you can boost it slightly by spending a bit of GP. Not very much. Pretty much makes it, you know, a very high chance of you being successful. But as you can see, I wasn't successful, but I actually don't lose my... Sometimes you lose your materials here that you're using, but I didn't lose mine. As you can see, it doesn't want to work, but it's worked now, you see. And now what it does is it will actually rank up the item, or the node. And when this is ranked up, it will last longer. So it's pretty neat. Okay. Let's go into Hero. Now in Hero they have like pre-made heroes, like you'll think of for your Blackshot players who watch me, you'll think of Rainer and different things like this. They have pre-made heroes and they obviously look different. They have different forms of armor and they have loadouts, like pre-made loadouts that they come with taunts and grenades and everything, and gears. They have a lot of these. I'll just quickly go through them here. Just show you all of them. I see people who do particularly like to use these loadouts. This one's quite neat. And this one's also quite good. Okay, now equipment is the main meat here. In the equipment, as you would expect, you equip equipment. Now they don't have just one little bit of armor like you do in Blackshot. They have different components. They have helmets, they have chest pieces and legs. Now each of them has their own individual stats. As you can see, they have health stats, which gives you slightly more, slightly less health. They have stamina, so you can sprint in this game and it runs on stamina, and the stamina, once it runs out, as you can see, it will take some time to recharge. They have HRV duration, which is basically the HRV is basically a legal wall hack, because when you activate it, you cannot shoot at the same time, but you can see through all of the walls for a certain amount of time. And everybody has this, so it's an equal playing field. And when it talks about the number of U's, basically it's saying that 20 units per second are used for it to stay active. So for example, this is going to work for 3.5 seconds, this one. So for 3.5 seconds you can use it. Now there are a few things you can do. You can either activate it and run around for a while, or you can have it on a toggle so that you can activate it quickly, see your area, and then deactivate it to do what you need to do. They have armor values, which again is a % reduction in the damage you take. Run speeds. So this is going to actually, each item will actually affect your run speed. So this is going to make me run a little slower, as you can see. And the recharge is how many of the U's it's going to recharge per second after you've used all of the U's up. So as you can see, this will recharge. It's got quite, it's got a slightly more health, slightly more armor, but then reduced stats in all three of those fields to the one that I have equipped. Now there are a load of these. I'll just quickly go through some notable ones. The alien one, pretty good. Then these are designed to reduce damage from different ammo types. I'll talk about ammo types when I get to the weapons. As you can see, you have the skull here, which I have unlocked. Then we have this helmet, which has got, as you can see, a lot more health and a lot better recharge. A golden alien helmet, which you can find through various methods. Loads of different ones here, as you can see. Some pretty neat ones. That one, which is pretty damn cool. And then this one, which I got for free through some form of event. It's the one that I have equipped now. I particularly like it. It's nice. So let's go to the armor. Armor works in a very similar way. You start with standard armor, which looks like this. As you can see, the stats vary. Then you will get heavier styles of armor. As you can see, this is giving you more health, This one will give me quite dramatically less health, but now you've got to understand, like in most games, if you get less health, you're getting better run speed, you're getting better stamina, you can get around the map better. So you can see some of the lightest ones give you like quite crazy movement speed, but you take a penalty in your health. And then you get some heavy pieces, which is this one here, which I use sometimes. Let's zoom that out a little bit for you. You can see. Makes him look pretty damn beasty. And this one's a similar thing, but I'm using this one, which is a reasonably good balance actually, this piece. I think you'll find a reasonable amount of people will use this. It's got a decent balance between the health and the speed. Then legs are a similar thing. You can get, you've got your standard legs. Legs, they can vary quite dramatically as well. You can see I'm getting a bit more health, but I'm losing all my stats. You get the point. These ones are very fast. The speed demons are the fastest for speed, and they actually have an effect on them, a trail effect when you're running, which is pretty cool. Now for purchasing, I forgot to mention this, for purchasing they have different options you can see. You can purchase the items for GP, which is the in-game currency, permanence, which is nice, we don't have that in Blackshot, that's a really nice feature. And then they did have 1, 3, 30 and 90 day options, but they don't for GP, they have a 7 or a permanent. Now for Zen, they again have 7 or permanent, and Zen is obviously the in-game currency, but if you put a bit in, spend it, you're pretty sorted. You can gift things as usual. You can gift the items. Trophy. Now trophies are pretty simple, you earn these for different things. That was for an event. Most of them are for events, unfortunately, at the moment. So you can have no trophy, you can have these ones that are for different events that happen. And then I have this one for reaching level 40, and it's like a hollow trophy. It looks pretty nice. Skins, or camos I should say. There are lots of different camos. You can get colours or you can get camo types. I will show you some of the ones that I have unlocked. I have this one. I have this one. And some of these you can get, this one's free all the time by the way, just to mention. And then you can see I'll just quickly go through all of them. You can see here. Get colours. So you can get like a white one here, red one, yellow one, orange one as well of course, and then I'm using this purple one which I particularly like. Okay, so now we go to gear. Okay, now for some reason I don't have a gear slot. The this first gear slot has like a modification that you will equip to your back. And basically this will give you some form of, again, buffy type utility. So you can get a revival injector. So when someone dies, it'll put a mark on the ground, and if you get to them within that time and you're able to use the revival injector, you can bring them back to life, as you would expect. Repair tool, this repairs machines or mechs, because there are mechs in the game, I will show you them soon. Ammunition pod, this will drop an ammo pod, as you would expect. Health injector, this is one of the most common used ones. It obviously, you can inject yourself with health, like a med pack. Hard suit battle mode. Now this allows you to modify your hard suit to take reduced damage, which is your mech that you spawn and you actually ride in. Again, I'll go through that soon. Hard suit HRV. This allows you to use the wall hack in the hard suit. Cloak, as you'd expect it's a cloak. A battle shield, blocks damage for a certain amount of time. A barricade. Now a barricade's slightly different because it's not a static unit, but it doesn't give you as much protection. But you can use it to actually hit people with, and it will obviously show your symbol on it. It'll be painted on there. Cloak Mark II. So this one's obviously a revised version of the cloak. Remains nearly invisible and improves mobility. So yeah. Respawn beacon. This is nice. You can place a beacon on the map and your allies can actually respawn to that beacon instead of respawning just in the base. HRV cloak. If you use this, you're not invisible, but you're invisible to the wall hack. So if they use the HRVs, they won't see you. Firewall breach kit. This is not really used by very many people, I don't think. So if you equip this, you can breach certain doors, which you have to hack. You can breach them a lot quicker. Increases HRV duration and recharge speed as well. So that's another thing to consider. If you have this equipped, it will give you a more wall hack time. Okay, then for my second, I have here a toxic grenade. This is as you would expect. It puts a cloud of gas in an area which will be poisonous. For my second one, I have a HE grenade, which is heavy explosive grenade, or a high explosive grenade, 500 damage. It's not, the radius isn't so big on this item, but it is, in some cases, it can one-hit kill. Now you do have melee and different items here. You have a normal grenade, you have a normal knife, EMP grenades, digi grenades, which will give visual interference. HRV decoy, now when you spawn this, it'll spawn like a fake version of you. Another knife. Mines, so you can place some stun mines around, obviously as you would expect if they stand on this. It'll stun a hard suit for 3 seconds. It'll also reduce movement speed of normal units, as you can see, for 5 seconds. HRV blackout, this is a pretty neat one that I use on the other slot, as you can see again. This will actually spawn like a static field area that will stop you from being seen by HRV. Okay, then you have obviously like machetes. Proximity mine is similar to the stun mine, except it's more damage but no stun. Then you have different tomahawks, which you can see here, which are pretty neat. You have a breach hammer. Now this is a one-hit kill. It instantly kills, but it does have like a slight recharge. You have to do a little thing to recharge. And you run quite slow with this too. It's got quite a heavy speed. Infrared protection gear. This makes infrared snipers and things less effective. I will show you that. Electro, explosive. So these are all basically giving you some damage reduction towards the ammo types and melee, of course. Now these throwing knives are the ones that I have. Most of the time I use these. You get 3 knives, and they are equipped here where you can see the axes, and you throw them. Basically you can use them as a melee, but you can also throw them, which is pretty neat, and you can kill people quite nicely with them. Personal hollow decoy, again, makes a copy of you. Stun shurikens, you throw these shurikens, they explode, they will stun people / slow people in the area. Pretty effective. Incendiary protective gear against reduces damage, as you can see, from flames. And the exploding tomahawk, as you can see. So I use the exploding tomahawk. As you can expect, you can use it as a melee weapon. You can throw it and it will explode and deal quite good damage. It will stick into units, and it will stick against walls and different objects. Quite neat, because you can stick it into a enemy, and even if they run away, you get to see them get exploded by it, which is pretty neat. Okay, now depot. This is something I wanted to cover with you as well. The depot, basically, you go there and you have a selection of things that you can take. Now you gain CP, as I explained earlier. You gain CP inside the matches for doing things like for capturing points, for getting kills, blah 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 blah. All this sort of stuff, for reviving people and such things. The depot lets you use them points to spawn / use items. For example, the first one is pretty easy. You refill your health. Pretty explanatory. Second one, refill your ammo. But this is where it gets a bit more interesting. The third one, for me, you can spawn a flamethrower. So you can run around with a flamethrower instead. Now flamethrowers are reasonably good at short distance, but the main use for a flamethrower is to quickly kill an enemy inside a mech suit, or inside the hard suits as they call them in this game. Rocket launcher, again, pretty good at dealing with the hard suits, but this will actually destroy the hard suits as well. If you use a flamethrower, it doesn't actually destroy the hard suit, it just kills the person inside, and it like heats up the hard suit and immobilizes it. The rocket's also, as you would expect, good for defending certain points, certain areas. As you can see, anti-armor rockets for focused explosive damage. And then you have a hard suit. Now it only shows you here the gun, but I will show you it inside a match if I get a chance in my next video, and they are pretty neat. I'll go through some of the other options that you've got here. So I've got most of the main things. This is heavy weapon refill, so this will refill the rockets. When you run out of rockets, it will also refill. I think other heavy weapons like the flamethrower, like the swarm here. So this is the armor stinger, which is the normal rocket launcher. Then you have the swarm. Now the swarm's slightly different. It fires, and then it will fire like small damage explosions after it. So it's pretty neat. The bear claw. Now the bear claw is really nice because it's almost like a normal gun. It fires grenades. It's got the same sort of effect that you would expect from a grenade because it fires them in an arc. You can use it for a while, you can get easy kills, but also you can kill yourself really easily with this if you're an idiot. The trident is a heavy machine gun, very very good at killing people. Move pretty damn slow when you're using it, but it's a machine gun, holy shit. You can spawn turrets. These are pretty good for covering areas. They do die very quickly, so that you need to consider where you're placing them, but they will defend an area and kill people reasonably hard. Brimstone. Now this is like an airstrike, probably the best way, as you can see. Explosive suborbital airstrike, pretty damn nice. Then you have the Ghost. Anti-armor rounds, very effective against hard suits. Again, this is another style of shooter. I personally haven't used this myself. But, look at the thing. It's fucking awesome. HRV decoy. Now this is nice because you can use this. This will probably cost less than a hard suit, of course. And you can pretend like an area has a hard suit in it, so when they use the HRV, they will think, oh shit, there's a hard suit there. I'm not going to go there. No, thank you. You can spawn a bloody katana. This is a one-hit kill. You can also charge with it as well. You can do a fast dash and kill people with it. It doesn't just chop chop chop. It does have a sort of slow chopping rate, but it's a one-hit kill, and you look like a badass when you're using it. Because this area here actually has a trail of light. And then you can spawn an assault bot. And this is exactly what you would think. It's a small bot that you don't control, but that will defend / try to kill people in the area. So these are all the different things that you can equip in your depot slots. Now going over weapons, I will do this in another video, because these videos are going to be quite long to try to explain the game to you, and I don't want to bore you for maybe an hour or so. So I'll see you in the next one, guys.